think I'll do a review today. We'll be back at it tomorrow, of course. We'll unravel her high chair. But yeah, today I just wanted to take the time. She is napping right now, her first morning nap. But today, this weekend, she turned 6 months. And, you know, it's crazy. It's insane how quickly the time goes by. I feel like I was just pregnant. Like, I just found out I was pregnant. Well, that was March 2022. No, I'm lying. I started getting sick at the end of March. The weekend of my birthday, actually, yeah. I was starting to go through all the through certain symptoms, I should say. And I thought, oh my God, I'm dying, because it was just, I had taken a pregnancy test and it was negative, and I just started getting worse and worse and worse. I think in a week I dropped I think it was 4 or 5 pounds, because I just couldn't eat whatsoever. And then I was living in Georgia at the time, and then I remember I flew to New York. It was just a lot of back and forth. But yeah, March, my birthday weekend, my birthday is March 27th, so that weekend I started feeling sick. So yeah, and then I flew to New York, April, and I found out in the hospital because I couldn't get anything down, so I was scared. I was just losing weight, and like I said, I took a pregnancy test. It was took a pregnancy test. It was negative, and then I went to the hospital because I went to see a different type of doctor. I thought something was going on, maybe with my stomach. And yeah, that same night I went to the hospital and I found out I was pregnant. I'll never forget it. The doctor, I don't remember her name. So sorry, my memory's shot. But if she watches this or ever comes across this, I'm sure she'll remember me. Because I remember she came to me and she was like, "You're pregnant." And I was like, in shock. I'm like, "No, you're wrong. Like, go do it again." And she was like, in shock, I think, that I was in shock and said that. So she's like, "Well, we'll do a blood test, but if that comes back positive, then yeah, there's no way around it. You're pregnant." And I'm just like, "Oh, pregnant." I'm in my 30s now, my early 30s, let me be clear. And I just never thought I would have a child. Like, I'm that millennial that was like, I don't want kids, everything's so expensive, I don't want to ruin them, I can barely take care of myself. I don't know, just a bunch of reasons why not to have kids. And I thought I was, just like contempt on that. I had my 2 girls, my first 2 girls, Pebble was my shepherd, Coco my little Shih Tzu, Coco Pebbles, yes. And I was like, yeah, this is fulfilling for me. I had my partner, we've been together for more than 10 years already. So we're just like, I was like, especially in my 20s, I didn't want kids. I was adamant that I didn't want kids. And then, I don't know, I got my niece and my nephew, and I don't know, as you get older, like, things start to change. You know more of yourself. You're more rooted, and just, at that point of your life, for the most part, most people are just have most of everything together. So yeah, things just started like changing up here, like, oh, what if, like the what if started. And yeah, so I didn't plan, but it happened, and I couldn't be more happy. I don't know, there's no words to explain it. It's more like of a feeling you can't describe, because I love my mother, I love my girls, I love my partner, I love, I love my siblings, but becoming a mother and having a child to love, it's a completely different type of love. I don't know, it's just I'm sure for those of you that are mothers, you know what I mean. And it's not easy by any means. Trust me, it is not easy. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. And you know, it's a day by day type of thing. I'm very blessed because I do have a very big family on my end, and my partner's family as well. They always offer to be very helpful, and I know I have the help, even though I don't take it, but I know it's there, and that alone is comforting. But you know, Leah was born. She was in the NICU. So it was a scary time for me. I did have a high risk pregnancy. I'll go more into detail with that in a future video. But yeah, so my pregnancy was not easy, and once you hear like, oh, you have a high risk pregnancy, and then it's just like, oh my god, you know, why? So you're like stressing about that. Even they tell you not to stress. It's hard. It was hard. But yeah, so she came. She was when we finally took her home, I like was mortified that something would happen with her. So, and it was she was born in November, so it's cold out. We're in New York. It's cold, and so really no one saw her for like 2 months. Almost 2 months. We were just like cooped up at home. You know, her dad stayed with us, so I had so much help. I just had to like focus on her and myself, because your body, my goodness, I play soccer, so I've had injuries. You know, my ankle, I had like a level that was like 3-1. I don't remember. It was very severe. Sprained ankle. I couldn't walk. I had like a cast. My knee, I had a partially torn ACL. My ligaments were completely torn. Like, I've had injuries, painful injuries, but giving birth, that's just something else. Like, it wasn't like the birth itself. I think it was more the contractions. Oh god, goodness gracious, no. That pain. For me, it was the contractions. The birth part wasn't it. That one, I don't remember that. I remember the pain, but not like as I remember the contractions. But the aftercare, like your body, how you feel after, that's, my goodness, that was, for me, it was tough. Like, my whole lower back, like, it felt like a horse came and just kicked me into like the air 10 feet, and I just landed right on my lower back. Like, it was so painful to get out of bed, just move anything. It was so bad. But like I said, I was very blessed. You know, her dad just stayed home with me, helped me get around, and my focus was just basically to focus on baby Leah. And yeah, like I said, it feels like that was just weeks ago. And look now, my princess turned 6 months. She's rolling. She's trying to sit. She'll have a little bit of balance to sit for a bit. It's just, you know, she started to recognize her name. I thought it was just me. I was like, am I going crazy? Like, I say Leah, or her dad says Leah, and then she'll be like, but yeah, no, we went to the doctor's yesterday for her 6-month visit. She was like, they'll start recognizing their name. Some babies will recognize their name. And I'm just like, okay, I thought I was going crazy. Maybe like, you know, being that mom, like, oh, my baby. But no. So she's doing that. She had her first 2 teeth come out. The bottom 2 front teeth came out at month 5. Towards the end of month 5, her 2 teeth came out. She laughs so much. She's such a happy baby. And I don't know, it's crazy. It's insane how big she is. You know, I breastfeed, so like when you hold them, like before it was like that little thing like right here, like maybe like this long. I don't know, like this long. Yeah, because it was like that. And now she's like hanging off of my legs. Time is too fast. If that's one thing I can tell new moms, is enjoy every second of it. Even on the hardest days, because there was days that, you know, like, even with the help I had from my partner, even knowing I had like an army behind me in case I needed it, there were days that you're sleep deprived, you know, like it's hard. I've never felt such exhaustion in my life. But yeah, so because of the exhaustion, you know, like, and you're just like in your body pain, you're still trying to figure everything out, because like I said, I didn't let anyone come see her for the first almost 2 months. And yeah, it was the first almost 2 months, so it was tough, you know, like it's there, you know, they talk about postpartum depression. I don't feel like I went through it, but I felt like it was like right there peeking through the door, like, hey Mess, can I come through? But like I said, my partner, he did amazing. He, you know, reassured me that I still look beautiful, I'm doing a great job, and just all these kind things, and it helps, you know, so I do feel very blessed in that sense. But it's hard, you know. It gets easier. It definitely gets easier. That's one thing for those new moms to be like, or if you just became a new mom, like, no, it gets easier. I know you'll hear it from other moms, but I promise you, it will get easier. You'll get into the rhythm of things. You learn your baby, you know, like you'll learn the cries. Like only you'll be around your baby so much will know like what kind of cry they have. Like I know I'm with her 24/7, so like I'll know what kind of cry she's going through right now. So you learn your baby. Things will get easier, you know, like if there's days that something you forgot, or maybe you feel like you should have known better or something, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up about it. You know, like, well, we're learning. It's a learning experience, and only really you can teach yourself how to be the mother to your child, because the experience that your mother, your sister, your grandmother, your friend went through with their child is different from the experience you will go with your child. But you can take advice, you know, you can try things, but that doesn't necessarily mean it always work. And if it's not working, don't feel like you're doing something wrong. You know, just learn at your own pace, do things at your own pace. You'll get to what your baby needs. Like, you'll learn these things. Like, you won't need to like even second guess it. And you know, like, sometimes it'll be hard. Like when she started going through the teething stage, like I didn't know. Like I'm just like, what is going on? Like I changed her diaper, I fed her, she napped, I'm holding her, I'm rocking her. Well, not rocking, because she does. If you saw one of our other videos, she's not a fan of rocking. She's a bouncing type of baby, which makes sense because when they're in the belly, you know, you're walking around, they're bouncing around. So, but yeah, let's stay on topic. You can go see that video, one of our past videos. But yeah, so yeah, when she started teething, I did everything I thought I was supposed to, and then she was still crying and crying and crying, and then, you know, you come to hear like, oh, the teeth, some babies start teething early. She started teething like at like 2.5 months, I want to say. Like when I started seeing like towards 3 months, she started like drooling like a lot. So yeah, and I started seeing like the little bulging in her gums. But yeah, so, you know, I didn't know what was going on, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm failing her. And because I hate to see her cry, like especially like when she does those hard cries, like it breaks my heart. Like in the beginning stages, like it's the worst. Like I felt my body would shake. But yeah, you know, I came to realize that it was a teething, and you know, then that's when we started this whole journey. You know, we started buying teething toys and things that she can do. But yeah, that's how our whole journey started. But yeah, don't be hard on yourself. I'm sure you're doing a wonderful job, an amazing job. And just know no one can do your job the way you do it. Because it is a job. It's the hardest job. Even if you have an easy baby, I feel like still, like in the beginning, it's hard. It's so hard. So just be, you know, mindful. Don't have these bad thoughts about yourself. Surround yourself with people that are going to encourage you and be there for you. And if you don't have that support system, you know, send me an email, leave me a comment. You know, I'll be more than happy to, you know, help anyone if they need it, because I know first experience, like mentally where you can go. And like I said, thankfully I was very blessed that I have a really good support team. But for those that don't, you know, just know there's always someone out there. And yeah, just you're doing a good job, and enjoy all the little things, you know. If your baby hates tummy time, I wish someone would have told me this sooner. I just figured this one out on my own, and then I saw it on a video. But my girl, if you see the previous video of ours where we do yoga ball, that's the only way she would do tummy time for a little bit, on the yoga ball. But like if I lay her flat on something, she hated it. She started crying. So that's when I discovered the yoga ball, and we went from there. But then one day I just had her laying on me, and she's just like, oh, propping up that head, like, ooh, this is, you know, like, I got this. Wiggle, wiggle, woggle, wiggle, woggle, wiggle, woggle, side to side. And so then I'm like, okay, so she really enjoys doing tummy time on me. It's still tummy time, so there's nothing wrong with that. So I just really lay down. Every morning I do this with her. So I lay down, I prop her on my chest, and then there she goes. So the TV's like in front of us, so she loves Miss Rachel. For those of you that follow her, know that she loves Miss Rachel. So I'll put on Miss Rachel, and then as soon as she hears the hi, like she's just like, and the biggest smile in the world comes on, and she just like keeps her head up for as long as possible. So that's a good way to have tummy time. But yeah, you know, like those little small stuff, just enjoy everything. It's gonna go by so unbelievably fast. In the blink of an eye, like time ceases to exist when you have a baby. But as they grow, it's insane. Like, it's 6 months since I've given birth. I just can't wrap my head around that. Like, I can't. It's crazy. I have a 6-month-old now. Thank God, you know, she's healthy, she's happy, she's doing well. She's reaching all her milestones. But yeah, I can't say that enough. Enjoy your little ones. Enjoy it. Because time flies unbelievably fast. And those are times you're never going to get back. You know, her 2 teeth broke through. So now I'm never going to feel like full gums, all gums on my little finger. You know, like, now I just feel her gums on top, but then it's the teeth at the bottom. But, you know, it's just, it's crazy. It's crazy how fast time goes. Yeah, it's insane. I'm still like in shock. But I couldn't be happier. I have a one-of-a-kind love from my daughter. And yeah. That's what I came on to say today. Enjoy your time with your baby. And yeah, like I said, for those that are having a hard time, or like always, if you have any suggestions for us, you know, just reach out to us. We're definitely here. We love to hear from others. And as always, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. And like I said, recommendations are always welcome. If you want us to try something, we're here. Try and see if there's anything else to say. I don't think so. Oh, well, yeah, that. So, yeah, like I said, I'll do a future video of, you know, my high-risk pregnancy with her. We did the doctors, what was it? Words I heard, cystic fibrosis, enlarged bowel, too dilated. It was just, I was going to doctor visits every single week, sometimes twice a week. So it was tough, and for those that want to hear about that journey, I'll definitely do a follow-up video. I'll sit down and jot down everything to the best of my memory, because if you're pregnant, if you're a mom, you know your memory is never, well, not about never, but currently and since pregnancy, it has not been the same. It's been, I'm like Dory, you know, I got something up here, a few seconds later, what happened? I don't remember. But yeah, so I'll sit down and jot down everything to the best of my memory, and I'll definitely go in depth with that. But because, yeah, when I remember I was looking like I was going crazy once I heard like cystic fibrosis, or you know, the enlarged bowel, or the too dilated, and all this stuff. Like I just started Googling, you know, I didn't really find anything, so it wasn't it wasn't uplifting, because I'm just like, oh my god, something must have gone horribly wrong, so people don't like record, like do like review on, not review, but like talk about it. So just know my daughter is very healthy, no issues whatsoever, and like I said, I'll go more in depth about that in a future video, and I hope that it can give you some uplifting spirit, because I know it's hard, but just stay positive. Stay positive, you know, don't think the worst. That's all I can say. I know it's hard to, you know, easier said than done type of thing, but take it easy, you know, like breathe in, breathe out, and just, you know, even your pregnancy, enjoy your pregnancy. You know, it goes by so fast, so unbelievably fast, and time just flies with these things, so enjoy it. And if you have any questions, you know, like I said, send us an email, leave me a comment, I'll definitely speak on it. Just like I said, if you have any questions, just leave it there, because I'll be sure to answer it, to answer your question, whether it be in the comments or in the video. But yeah, so stay tuned. And don't forget to subscribe and share and like. And I'll see you guys next time with Miss Leah, of course.